Okay, we are back with another Miracle Martyr list. So this is a one-lander, but it has Wayfarer, Inspector, Path, Saracendant, Ranger, Proc. I mean, I'm inclined to keep this. I'm on the draw, so I can go turn one Wayfarer, and then when he plays a second land on my turn, use this, get another land, play the Inspector or Path. So I'm going to keep... I think that I can push through not having all my lands. So seeing Colonnade is great because his removal of choice for this Wayfarer is something like Path, which gets me out of my land issue anyways. I am in shock. This is the Miracle Mirror. It's a miracle. Someone else is playing miracles. My opponent is thinking about casting Terminus for its miracle cost, and he will, and I am sad. There's no way that he somehow saw my list and is playing this, is there? Welp, missed my land drop. Thanks a lot, Terminus. How come these cards are good when my opponent uses them, but not when I use them? I would be willing to guess my opponent is playing a more traditional shell, yeah, with like Opt. That's the easy route. Gotta do the hard route with Martyr. Okay, he's hitting his land drops like a chump. We are not. I'm thinking I'm gonna swing in and then path my own guy. I'll do it on his turn. No reason to run that into counter magic. Man. Terminus on the Wayfarer. Click. Yep. I'm just gonna path my own Inspector in response. This ability, get an island, yield through the turn. My opponent's going to be able to look at my janky hand with that out of place Jace the Mind Sculptor. He took a Squadron Hawk, and that makes sense. Squadron Hawk, draws me a bunch of cards, gets in front of the click, but gave me a land, so haha. We will just crack this clue at the end of our opponent's turn. Yeah, that's fine. Really just means that now when I crack my clue and reveal Terminus, I'm going to be able to cast it and get rid of that Vendilion click. Okay, drew double Squadron Hawk. Not what we wanted to see. I'm just going to fetch a Hallowed Fountain. Pay some life. Play a Ranger. Guess I'm doing this right into counter magic. Double Hawk probably would have been better. I just got so focused on getting the 4 lands finally and casting the Ranger, and it resolves somehow. Well, we will use his ability, and I'm going to find myself a Martyr and a Wayfarer. I'm going to just discard... I'm actually going to discard the Jace. I'm not going to be tapping 4 mana for a Jace. There's just no reason to do it. It's not like it's going to even catch my opponent off guard. He knows it's there. So, goodbye, Jace. Exile. I'm okay with that. Give me more lands, please. Snapcaster Opt for my opponent. See, Opt is interesting because it lets you draw on your turn, but I guess he also should be playing 4 Serum Visions to help set up the miracles. Alright. He left it on top with Opt. Casts another Opt. Put that on the bottom. Alright, goodbye, Jace. Yield through the turn. Opponent gets another land. Colonnade is coming in. Going to 2. Well, Wayfarer, or Martyr is going to come down first. Martyr is going to reveal 7 cards. I'm going to gain 21 life. Yeah, just a little bit. I guess I should play the Squadron Hawk first, since I knew I was doing that. It would have drawn 2 Hawks. Oh well. I'm only going to gain 21 instead of 24 life. Alright. Squadron Hawk. Using the ability to draw 2 more Hawks. And Wayfarer. So Wayfarer is fun. I can fetch up a Field of Ruin to take out the Colonnade. So my opponent is pathing my Squadron Hawk, which is very surprising. Oh my god. Well, I imagine he's just going to entreat for the full amount. And here's where we get to draw Terminus and just blow him out of the water, right? Okay. Crack it in for 3. Just a Martyr. Okay. Martyr's pretty good. Because it's going to get me into Sarah Ascendant range. Okay. Gaining another 21 life. Can't use this Wayfarer, unfortunately, because he didn't play land. So I'm going to play, well, let's play one Sarah Ascendant, who has flying, and a Squadron Hawk. And I'm going to start putting a stop on my upkeep because of Proclamation. Squadron Hawk's ability, nope. As soon as he plays that 7th land, there it is, there it is. Weathered Wayfarer is now active. Right? I can do it on his turn. Jace. Yep. This is some cool Mystic Gate art. Okay, he's bouncing the Sarah Ascendant. He wants to get in for a bunch of damage. Makes sense. Okay, I'm just going to fetch up a land. Let's get a Field of Ruin. Yield through the turn. Taking 16. Well, I think the plan here is going to be play a Ranger, getting another Sarah Ascendant and a Martyr, playing a Martyr and sacking it. I should have enough mana left over to play a Sarah Ascendant. So let's do that, because that sounds good to me. Use Ranger of Eos's ability, getting a Martyr and a Sarah Ascendant. Play Martyr. Revealing these 6 white cards, gaining 18. I'm going to play a Sarah Ascendant, and I'm going to swing in with this Squadron Hawk at the Jace. Probably should have done that earlier. The idea is if I can get him to 1, he can't just -1 bounce the Sarah Ascendant again. Okay, but he's going to trade off the click. So he's going to be able to flip this search, which is annoying, to say the least. So he's going to be able to scry, but the scries are less good when he has Jason search down. Because like if he uses either of those abilities, it kind of negates any scry he left on top. Okay, so he's going to bounce the Sarah Ascendant again. Is he going to animate the Colonnade is the question. Looks like the answer to that question is no, which makes sense. Okay. Taking a bunch of damage. But now I can start proccing Martyr back. I don't need to do this now. I'm going to swing both of these at Jace. I don't care if he trades the Snapcaster for the Wayfarer. Okay, so that's what I thought he would do. Nope. Not going to do that. I would rather take down this Jace than play a Serra Ascendant this turn. Cool. Jace down. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything. Just pass the turn. Gonna take another 16 down to 11. Then I'm gonna gain 18. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna proc it back. Opponent is digging. Well, you can't counter proc. It's an activated ability, so Cryptic Command doesn't stop this. Jace is what my opponent gets. Ooh, D-Sphere is going to take out all those angels. That's pretty sweet. Crap. I did not realize my Hallowed Fountain got killed. So I cannot play the Serra Ascendant and sack the Martyr, but because I drew the Detention Sphere, I'm okay with that. Because that's just what I'm going to do next turn, is D-Sphere these angels away. So he's going to be to hit me for 16. I'm going to gain 21. Yeah, let's see what's going to happen. Coming at me for 16. Jace, you got it. He's going to brainstorm, set up another entreat probably. Plays a Strand. Okay. All right, gain 21 life. We will not be proccing on upkeep. Field of Ruin. Okay. So, gonna play this Detention Sphere. Opponent is tapping. I've got the mana to pay for like a mana leak. So yeah, Escanta looking for a card doesn't really accomplish much, and it also screws up the brainstorm he just did. So he's not going to be miracling entreat, or at least the likelihood goes down quite a bit that he's going to be able to miracle entreat next turn. He grabs Logic Knot, but doesn't have the mana to play it. It's good to know about. Okay, goodbye Angels. I guess if he has a path. Well, never mind. I was going to say he could path an Angel, but he didn't do that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I'm going to... no. I'm going to play a Serra Ascendant. Play a Serra Ascendant. Going to destroy Escanta. I have no lands to look for. If my opponent gets a land, though, I will be able to Wayfarer. Yeah, so I'm going to Wayfarer. Find a Colonnade is the goal here. Can't play it, unfortunately, but that was a good turn. That was a really good turn for me. Okay, opponent is cracking his Strand. He's going to have to be careful. He's used quite a bit of time already. Did he fail to find a land? No, he just found basic plains. No, I don't have basic, and he knows that, unfortunately. All right, my opponent's going to Miracle. Yeah, so sorry, I think as I was saying before, my opponent's going to have to be careful to not time out, because this is game 1, and he's already used 15 minutes. And he can't just play faster because I've got 7 more minutes on my clock than him. So there's no way that he will be able to speed up his gameplay in order to win with me timing out. So he's going to have to win the old-fashioned way. And that might be hard for him. Teferi. Yeah, Teferi is a problem. He's drawing, and he's not... I guess I thought he was going to put my Serra Ascendant into my library, but he's not doing that. Untapping some lands. He has 9 lands. I have less than 9. I'm thinking about Wayfaring again right now during my upkeep. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go Wayfarer. Get the other Colonnade. Draw for turn. Colonnade. Ranger of Eos. Use his ability, tutor up 2 more Serra Ascendants. Go to combat. I should have done this post-combat. I was letting him potentially counter tap my guys. Okay, snap path. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but I can't do anything about it. So what's going to happen here? Oh, wait. No, never mind. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to let this path resolve. I'm not going to use the ability. And I'm past the turn. Opt, yeah. The nice thing with this Field of Ruins is it's a must search. So I can force my opponent to shuffle his library if I think he's stacked a miracle on top. Okay, he is fate sealing me. Sure. Leaves it on top. Timely in his main deck. That's not something you see very often, but that's interesting. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put a card back into my library. And I think it is going to be a Field of Ruin. No, it's going to be a Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter is just better now for me because I don't have any more basics to search up. All right, we're going to use Colonnade to poke one of his guys. This Teferi is more threatening, so that's who we're going to swing at. The Jace is just, it's much farther off of killing us, and Teferi gets to tick up. Like, he gets to move towards his ultimate while drawing. If he wants to draw with Jace, he has to take a turn off moving towards this ultimate ability. Cryptic Command, bouncing that. And drawing a card. And I'm just going to play a Serra Ascendant. I don't mind if this gets countered. This looks like the logic knot that he's had. Yep, logic knot for 5. No. 5 seems excessive. He should know I can't do anything with that. But got another one. Yeah, and because of Proclamation, like, putting that in my graveyard is not really getting rid of it. The only way for him to get rid of Serra Ascendants for good is to exile them, and he's already used 2 paths in his graveyard, and there's 1 path in his exile. So he's got 1 path in his library and 2 more Snapcasters. So he's got enough to get rid of all of mine, since I just have this one and this one left. But he also has to get rid of the colonnades. I mean, I'm just presenting a lot of threats, and he has to deal with the ever ticking down clock on his side, which is already under 6.5 minutes. Like, we're gonna finish this game, hopefully, but I don't think my opponent is gonna be able to muster enough aggression to finish out a second game. And that just, I think, is important, because when you're building a deck, you need to have a way to beat the clock on Moto. If you just straight up lose to the clock because you don't have a win condition, and this is funny, he has to untap 2 lands, I believe. 2 tapped lands, so I think he has to choose mine. That's what I've heard, at least. And that technically means that I could now Field of Ruin on his end step. And so he's potentially wasting even more of his time trying to untap his own lands when they are not legal targets for Teferi's ability, which is a stupid rule, but apparently it is a rule. And actually, because he's going to be forced to untap the land, I'm going to get a white source. I'm going to be able to use my Weathered Wayfarer, and I'm going to use it. I'm telling my opponent, let's go up. Yep, okay. So, yeah, my opponent was not aware of that. It is weird. He wrote weird lol. I agree. Weird lol indeed. Okay. Well, I'm playing my other colonnade. And I'm animating my colonnade. And we are moving to combat. Let's take out Teferi if I can. Path. Okay, there's the last path. Don't use the ability. Is Teferi still taking 4? Yeah, so he's still taking 4. Squadron Hawk. Nope. Squadron Hawk. I'm letting my opponent know that I'm playing Miracles as well, just for some Miracle camaraderie, because we think we both know he's not going to make it out of this match alive. I wonder if he thinks I'm joking when I told him I'm playing Miracles. I just haven't drawn them yet. I mean, I'm 22. I only have 22 cards left in my library, and he's just playing another chase. Oh no. Oh no. Bouncing his Snapcaster. That's smart. That is going to let him play that. Oh, Supreme Verdict. Good. They're all gone. Okay, well, we're just going to animate a colonnade. See if we can't finish off a Teferi. And while this is a white permanent, I'm just going to go ahead and Mistveil Plains, putting back Squadron Hawk, and yield the turn. Yeah, so this makes sense. He's going to entreat. He's going to be able to make 3 angels, which really just goes to show you how sad entreat is when it's not miracled. That he has to spend 9 mana to make 12 power on board. And when Death Shadow is doing that for 1 mana, you can see why this deck just isn't really a thing in Modern. The other reason why it's not a thing in Modern, it takes people 25 minutes just to play 1 game. That's kind of a deal breaker online. Yeah, because I'm just playing a basic grindy deck. Get back Sarah Ascendant. Temporal Mastery. Yeah, the thing is that's like not even... Well, I guess he's going to bounce my Sarah Ascendant. Hit in for a little bit. Oh, man. Field a Ruin for my Colonnade. That's pretty good. Oh, no. He's going to look at the top card of my library. That doesn't seem very good. Teferi. Yeah, my opponent's just running way too hard control, and yeah. Goodbye, that guy. Make sure I don't accidentally tap the one I'm trying to animate. Yeah, feel to ruin that. Pat the guy. I have to search, shuffles my library, so that Sarah Ascendant is gone. It's a goner. Nope. Also, you know, below 23, so Sarah Ascendant's also not as good. I want to rip a Miracle here, just to show my opponent I'm not lying. Oh, no, okay. That's too bad. So, my opponent could not close out a single game. That really sucks.